welcome back to Liz Sews. Today I'm going to talk to you about fabric manipulation. Now, what do I mean by fabric manipulation? Well, a lot of times we find a pattern that we absolutely love, and in an ideal world, we'd also find a fabric that exactly meets the pattern designer's recommendations, and then we can just go to town. This is a perfect example of this. This is a Black Beauty bra, and I've gone ahead and used Duoplex in the cup, the power bar, as well as the cradle and bridge. Duoplex is a sturdy, firm fabric. It doesn't need to be lined. So of course, when I'm looking at this bra here, completely unlined, it went together really, really fast. I didn't have to worry about fabric manipulation because I had a stable fabric where I needed a stable fabric. But so often, as is the case with me, and I'm sure many of you, is that we love this pattern here, but what if the fabric I want to use is a stretch fabric? Well, we can very easily manipulate things so that we can use stretch fabric on the outside, but still have the support and structure that we need on the inside. So let's get rid of this bra and look at the next bra. In this one here, again, this is the Harriet bra, which calls for stable fabric both in the cups and the bridge and the frame. However, I have used a stretch lace on the outside. And the reason that I'm able to use a stretch lace on the outside is I've done a lot of fabric manipulation on the inside of the bra. So on the inside of the bra here, I've gone ahead and used a sheer cup lining. So let me see if I can put my finger in between here. So you see that this is a sheer cup lining, which is completely stable. I have a relatively small cup size, so a single layer of sheer cup lining is enough stability for me to put in a bra that calls for stable fabric. If you have a larger bust size, I would recommend doubling up your 2 layers of sheer cup lining. Sheer cup lining might also be called 15 denier cup lining, non-stretch tricot. It has a lot of names, but basically what you want to look for is something that is sheer and is completely stable, meaning it doesn't have any stretch in the horizontal or the vertical directions. So in this example here, I've used a stretch material on the outside, but I've used sheer cup lining on the inside of my bra, and the sheer cup lining is my limiting fabric. The sheer cup lining is giving me the support and stability I need, and I can put whatever I want on the outside of the bra. This is particularly useful because you know that you like using stretchy fabrics for your underwear, so now we can use that same stretchy fabric for your bra to have a matching set. So in this example, just used sheer cup lining. Another instance where fabric manipulation might be useful is if you want to use something that's not a knit. So in this bra here, I have it made out of a cotton sateen in purple. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I had a dress out of this fabric and I wanted a matching bra for the dress. So cotton sateen is something that I told you guys maybe not use just because it can be a little bit troublesome to work with woven fabrics when making a bra. But if you want to use a woven fabric in making a bra, I would highly recommend you do a little bit of fabric manipulation by putting something like a non-stretch knit on the inside of your bra. The reason that this is helpful is that the non-stretch knit in your seam allowances will prevent you from getting that excess fraying. That is always a portion of worry when you're using a woven fabric. So it'll stabilize your seams because you have that knit fabric in the seams. It also means that you'll have the nice support and coverage that you need, and you're less likely to get flat spots. So in this case, I've used woven on the outside, but I've used exactly what the pattern called for on the inside, which is a stable knit fabric. In this example here, I'm using a stretch satin for that's the sort of greeny color that's in the bra. Now the stretch satin, if you'll recall from my stretch fabrics video, has a ton of stretch in the horizontal direction and minimal stretch in the vertical direction. But I really wanted to use it in this bra. So in order to stabilize this, I wanted to be able to see that stretchy fabric, but I didn't want it to be the exterior fabric. So in this case, I've actually put my stretchy fabric as my lining, and I've used my limiting fabric as my exterior. So for this one, I have used bra tulle, and I've done 2 layers of bra tulle. Bra tulle also has a mechanical stretch in a side-to-side direction. So when you're using bra tulle, you're going to have one layer of bra tulle where the stretch is going side to side. You're going to cut your piece out a second time, and on the second piece, you want your stretch running top to bottom. And when you put those two together, you have something that is a really, really stable fabric. You can see I'm pulling on here quite significantly, and nothing is really stretching out of place. So even if I pull at it from the vertical direction, it's really quite firm. So this allows me to have the stability that the pattern calls for, right? I have stable fabric all the way around in my bridge, in my cradle, in my cups, stable fabric in the form of bra tulle, but I also have that really pretty stretch fabric underneath to allow me to get the look that I want. The last example that I'm going to show you of stretch fabric is using this viscose bamboo. And this is again something that I talked about in my stretch fabrics video. So this was a kit that I purchased from Emerald Erin, and this is a great example of fabric manipulation in that we have this stretchy, soft, supple bamboo fabric all the way on the outside of the bra. As a matter of fact, in this one, I've already continued that bamboo into the back band of the bra as well. So I have one continuous look. I also use this bamboo fabric to make matching underwear, which is absolutely an adorable set. The bamboo, viscose, rayon, whatever you want to call it, is really, really stretchy. So what do we need to do? Well, of course, the rules of pattern manipulation or fabric manipulation say that what's the difference is on the inside. So in this example here, I have used my power net for my back band. If you want to line, or if you want to have your fashion fabric on the front of your back band, the only thing you need to pay attention for is that the fashion fabric has more stretch than your power net does. So if you want to put lace on the back band, you can, as long as the lace is stretchier than your power net. So I've lined the back band here in power net, so I have my nice firm stable band, because the bamboo by itself is not firm enough really to support you on your back band. Even though it's stretchy, it just does not have the recovery and the firmness of support that you need. On the inside of the bra, I've used sheer cup lining along the outer cradle as well as the bridge. That gives me my firm support and stability. Even though I have that super stretchy fabric on the outside, I have nice firm support on the inside. And then for the cups of this bra, I've used cut and sew foam. Now, cut and sew foam does have a little bit of stretch, you can see here. But in general, it's okay to use cut and sew foam in your cups. That amount of stretch is not going to cause sagging issues the way that having a stretchy material in your band would. So I have cut and sew foam on my cups, and then I've covered it with that nice bamboo material. So you get something that has just a little bit of minimal stretch, but still really comfortable and a really nice look. This is also the same way that I go about making a swimsuit. I do have a video on my channel about how to turn your favorite bra pattern into a swimsuit top, and I will go ahead and link that in the iCards if you're interested. But it utilizes the same techniques of fabric manipulation, where what we put on the outside, you know, it's like a swan, right? It looks nice and calm and serene. We've got one uniform fabric on the outside, but underneath the water, we have all of the hard work going on. And we've paid attention to what the pattern designer wants for each area of the bra. Where they want a firm, stretchy material, we've gone ahead and put that in. Where they want a stable material, we've put that in. So now you can see there's lots of examples here of utilizing stretch fabric where it should be stable, or woven fabric where it should have a knit, and we can manipulate the insides of our bras to give us the properties that we want. Now, of course, the next question you're inevitably going to be asking is, what if I have a pattern that calls for stretchy fabric and I want to use stable fabric? That one is a little trickier because I can't make a stable fabric stretchy the same way that I can make a stretchy fabric stable. If you have a stable fabric that you want to use in like a bralette or something like that that calls for stretch, know that the pattern designer has probably already added in negative ease. That is, she is accounting for the fact that it's going to stretch out and get bigger. So if you want to use a stable fabric in there, it's going to try a lot more trial and error, and it's going to involve you going ahead and using a bigger size than what you measure into, because you're not going to be having that stretch and freedom of mobility. I hope you found this information useful and are excited about the possibilities in your next bra. See you next time. Take care.